front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga don't do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah.
But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see shit doing.
Right, it's about to get
Dion already doing that.
We all saw what we saw. You know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all
When you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me.
No, don't touch me.
Was it worth the $30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment. Use up.
You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But keep it high level. This is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undisputed.
Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to line up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real.
He's funny.
Somebody go rebound.
This one?
Cut that up, baby. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear it from a player because they played the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what? Big dog?
Yes.
I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now. Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. Wah, 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 wah. What's cracking like it? Back end from the jack into the back end. Can I get this drunk mic to work? What's cracking? Oh, y'all up? All the way up. Oh, let's get into this. Damn it. What a weekend. Shout out to the Left Coast Legends, my boys basketball team. Once again, we won a tournament. Yes, and we never get bored with success, do we? So we always treat our first like our last and our last like our first. Y'all can hear a little bit of parent voice in there. I ain't gonna call that coach's voice because I ain't the coach. Shout out to Coach Chad. So good to see, man. I'm proud of these boys. And I'm one of them parents that the more you give my kids, the better. As long as I'm there with them as a parent, bring it on, right? So our team is number 1 in the country. We won the Nationals last year, and we're even better this year. Doesn't mean we're going to win it. But we sure look good. So it's good to see, right? Hate those parents be like, don't put all that pressure on them kids. What do you mean? You think life ain't putting pressure on them? Atmospheric pressure exists, damn it. Stop trying to hide your kids because you don't want to do the parenting. Ooh, I'll be calling them out. Love to you guys. We got this amazing concept going on in this world. I'm gonna break it to you guys soon, but I'm gonna start leaking right now. Here's the first breadcrumbs. We about to connect the dots in all of this sports world. But first, we got to get into our show today. We ain't going to do all that yet. We got to talk to the investors first. All right, here we go. Caitlin Clark. We're going to talk about the Caitlin Clark effect. That's real in sports. She got all them women paid. All them girls need to take her to the nail salon, take her to the damn spa, get her a mani-pedi girl, because it's all about Caitlin Clark. We're going to show you why. NBA MVP. People are saying it's a two-man race. This mic is gone. Some people are saying it's a two-man race. Some people are saying, nah, that's just propaganda. We'll see what they say. We also going to get into Dana White. He got to defend his boxing. He got to defend his UFC while Roy Jones slams the boxing. It's going to be gangster. Michael Jordan versus LeBron. Someone big time said, man, don't debate that. You can't. They ain't in the same atmosphere. Damn. Let's go. Stratosphere is even better. And then we're going to get into the best and the worst of sports media analysts. That's going to be interesting. They got a little four-shot here. I want you guys to rank them. Y'all going to do the work, not me. But first, hey, ladies, y'all thanking Caitlin Clark? Let's see who y'all thanking. Let's see what y'all talking about with this new money.
So the answer is no. They really don't understand what's happening, but what's happening is incredibly historic. Right, I actually was supposed to tell them a little bit about what has taken place over the last 48 hours.
You hear that coach's voice in her, huh? Woo, Don Staley be out there coaching and dressing and doing the most. Got to respect the legend.
And that is, people have fought. Like, when you enter into the league, you're going to make probably 100 times, 75 times more than someone that was 30 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. You're going to make much more money than the number one pick, and we've had two of them.
Okay, talk your talk, girl. Recruit even though you talking your talk. Here we go. But let's be careful because I had a deep conversation about this deal. And as great as this deal is as bad as this deal is. And we're going to talk through that. But 100 times more than somebody else before you sounds amazing until you realize that a penny to a dollar, right? That's 100 times more. But is it still worth it? Is it still the value you deserve? That dollar, right? Somebody give you pennies and they give you a dollar. They be like, shut up. You should be happy. You be like, dog, I deserve way more than this dollar, and you know that.
Aaliyah and Asia, like more money than they made in their rookie year. And then over a course of your career in the WNBA, you know, it is probably now a little bit more generational wealth if you do the right things with it.
The old school in me is like, you wearing that hat? Like the old school, the Tom Landry in me is like, you wearing that hat? Go ahead, coach. Relate to the players. Meet them where they are, as they say.
Yeah. This coming up, like you're coming out at a great time. Good thing you came back, Raven, because really, I mean, it's lucrative.
With that,
she ain't lying. Now, I always wish, people say, you wish you were playing now? I say, hell no, I don't wish I was playing now. I wish I was born now. If you were born now, woo, do you know what the CBA gonna look like in 2054? That's what I'm talking about, like that. So obviously, man, we all stand on the shoulders of those before us because we can see more.
eliminate the need from having to play overseas more so?
I mean, the WNBA will make you make a choice because you have to be on time in training camp. So it's worth it now. It's worth it to actually have your body recover and just play in a WNBA season. But I will say the Players Association and all the officers in the Players Association have really just bared down and fought for their worth and the worth of, you know, current players as well as the future. And there's not oftentimes that you get what you want. And I don't know if they got everything they want.
I can tell you they didn't. Matter of fact, I can tell you in any negotiation ever in history, nobody got everything they wanted. Because if so, we ain't negotiating. I just slam dunked on your ass. I just ran you over. Like if there's another side, if there's opposition, you didn't get everything you wanted because they wanted something that you probably didn't want to give up. That's why you had the negotiation in the first place. Anyway, semantics aside, let's be careful now. This deal, All right, average salary is what, $600,000 now? Minimum salary up to $300,000. They only play a few months. They only play 40 games. Respect. But you ever had a work study job? You ever had that summer job? So you got a job for 3 months and they give you $300,000 because that's the minimum. Or you could be an average player. Average, $600,000, okay? After taxes, all that stuff, you down to what? 380 or something crazy, 320, somewhere in that world, because it's like 50-50 with agents, managers, Uncle Sam, the government, all that. So you're down into the threes, and you got 9 more months to live off of the 3. And you've been living off it. Actually, the whole 12 months is off the 3 because you got to take all that off, basically off the gross. Let me just say something about athletes. And it's not just because they're athletes. It's because they're young people with money. It could be anybody. It could be a Wall Street guy, but he's 24 and he's killing it. Whatever it may be. At least in those professions, you work year round. Those checks come every 2 weeks. They come every month. Not in the WNBA. Now, I've heard that they have these opt-in plans where you can actually say, I want my money all over the calendar year. Because if you get all of that money, if somebody say you're making $600,000, but you're really only taking home $380 and you taking it all home in 3 months, you got 9 more months to make $380 work. And let's just say in those 3 months you was getting that $380, you down to 2 something. You want to keep talking? I got some war stories for you now.
But there were principal things that they wanted that are a lot more favorable to the players, and the fact that the WNBA negotiated such a historical deal means that they understand it too. They understand they have to be on this side of history to move our game forward.
Blah, blah, blah. I love when people hit you with that. You gonna be on the right side of history? I was like, what the hell are you talking about? They be like, you know what I mean. You better look out. You better take care of us. I'm like, all right, whatever. Amazing opportunity, amazing deal done in the respect that they got something done. And it's a part of the machinery. They have revenue sharing. Okay? Now, let me give it to you like this. I've seen the NFL and their revenue sharing go everywhere between 48% and 51%. Think about it. So almost a 50-50 with the owners. But if you watch the NFL negotiations, and I'm only using that because that's king in this country. If you watch the NFL negotiations, every single year, every single time it comes around, you're going to hear a couple things. You're going to hear about the DGR, right? Designated gross revenue. Designated gross revenue, DGR, which is some janky stuff right here. We got gross, we got net. What is DGR? Things that we designate that are gross. Not everything's gross. Some things are nasty. So they actually cut off a column. That's trickery right there. Letting y'all know. The other thing you're going to always see them negotiate over is that percentage, 49.2 versus 49.8. Remember, we talking billions. So that point matters. Reason why this is not the best deal ever, even though it's like, yo, we got something started, we got the dominoes to fall, is because they're under 20%. But it's better than 0. Yes, but here y'all got to understand that starting at 19, wherever they keep saying under 20. So to me, that's like, it could be 19, it could be 18, who knows, but it's under 20. Just like when somebody say we top 5, that means you're 5. You're never 4 or 3 or 2 or certainly not 1 saying I'm top 5. If you're first place, you're going to be like, yeah, I got top 5. If you're second place, you're going to say, yeah, I got top 5. If you're third place, you're going to say, yeah, I'm top 5. No, you're not. Maybe fourth place. Try to hide it, but you're 5. If you start at 19.9% and the argument's at the top, king of all sports, NFL, is over that %. Not over the gross round number in front, the whole number. No. We going to that point. Do you know how long it would take, if ever, your great granddaughter would be like, before they ever get close to half, to NFL, to 50-50, to anything that will reflect we're really partners? Think about it. So they're less than 1/5. Part of that is back pay. Hey, y'all, I don't know what y'all been thinking. Y'all been running off this subsidy for a while, and we tired of subsidizing. And so y'all gonna pay us back. Okay, so that's part of it. Who cares how we got here? We are here, and how do you get forward? Because the max salary, as we know, has went up to what, 1.4. And with a 1.4 salary sounds amazing, but that's where you're starting. Where you gonna end? Where are you gonna end? Where's this going? And that's the crazy part. So we're going to give some love to Caitlin Clark because I know these ladies, if I know anything about women, since I'm married to one, since I come from one, a little stingy on the credit at times. Let's just say credit report, not always astounding, right? So let's give some love first and foremost to what we just saw. And we're going to give you the Caitlin Clark effect because I give flowers to whoever deserves it. I don't give a damn. Not the dirt. We got this right here. We got Caitlin Clark, MVP of 2026 FIBA Women's World Cup qualifying tournament. That's just happened. She had the most points, and they gave her the award. Okay, let's work backwards, shall we? Because she's in the league, and everybody's saying, oh, look at all this money, all this newfound success, and all this stuff. And they're acting like it's a coincidence. They're acting like, oh, we got here and... instead of we got here because, yeah. So let's just hear some people talk about the because.
What I always say about Caitlin's ascent is I say the two foundational things above all else when it comes to why Caitlin Clark became so popular. One, hitting logo bombs. Like more than anything else, hitting logo bombs.
Let me, first of all, say, shout out to all y'all in the chat. Love to you guys out here. Top fans and all that. We're going to read that in a second. But like and subscribe and make sure you become a member of this channel. So like the video, subscribe to this channel, and become a member. Now, with that said, logo bombs. Everyone hears that, and I hope everyone goes to the same place. The reason that is so necessary for you to really be entertained, to really be a part of the WNBA going forward, the reason why you got to have that connection, you got to understand that the logo bombs matter. It's not just because she made a shot. No. Remember, in our minds, we know what high-level basketball looks like. And in our minds, before we socialize that thought, before we take that thought through our experiences, it's just a primal thought, lizard brain thought. You know what we think of when we see the highest level? Steph Curry and shooting, right? Logo bombs. Wait a minute. So in our brain, before we even get to our frontal lobe, before we even get to where we're going to make it really actual experience thought, because that's what happens. You have a thought and then it starts saying, man, I can't do that. Man, I can't do it. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I seen that. Oh, what happened? You start getting all these references to kind of fill it in, give it context. But a logo bomb to the lizard brain is Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry did that. Oh, snap. She did that. So now your mind can't go, oh, that's just the ladies. Oh, they just ain't nothing. Oh, they ain't as good. You can't make it JV. And the reason is because she did the exact same thing that Steph Curry did. Now, here's their problem. If you can do what the men do at the highest level, it doesn't have to be men, but at the highest level, it is men. Wow. Can you continue that? Can you do more? Oh, they can. Oh, they should. Oh, they need to lower them rims. And then they could dunk. And then maybe we can get into our lizard brain and say, did she just bang on her like, dare I say, Michael Jordan? Dare I say, Dominique Wilkins? Dare I say, LeBron James? Unfortunately, they stop short and don't give that. They don't give that to the lizard.
Right? Like that. People were like, I can remember the first time I was told about Caitlin was Sue Bird. We were going to do studio for women's college in Bristol. And she was like, have you heard about this freshman in Iowa? She shoots like Steph Curry. I was like, no.
What I tell you, it's just that simple. People get so caught up in the politics. They get so caught up in the ideologies. Shut up. The highest level is the highest level. You can't lie to yourself. Once you had that pizza from Joe's, you know Joe's Pizza in New York. You ever had that Joe's? Everything else gonna get compared to Joe's. You be taking a bite of numero uno. You take a bite of Round Table. You take a bite of Domino's. And it's all, damn, is this like Joe's? Coronets. Right? That's how we're programmed. And game. Recognize game. Logo bombs. Doesn't matter man or woman. Dunking does matter. Hurts the game.
We have all these TVs in the back behind like where we're actually on set. And I start watching, and sure enough, she pulls up from 30. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, you know? And that was like those viral clips are what people first got drawn to. And then I think the second most important thing beyond the logo bombs to her ascent was her having these extended runs through the tournament. So people heard about her, what she was doing at Iowa, and then she kept delivering upon their curiosity, right? Like, oh, I got to watch Iowa. I heard about this, you know, young girl putting up huge numbers who shoots from 40 feet. Then they tune in and she, you know, has a 40-point triple-double in the Elite Eight, or she knocks off undefeated South Carolina in the semis, or the next year, you know, wins against LSU in a rematch, or beats UConn to go back to the finals, or has 18 points in the first quarter of the national championship game in the eventual loss to South Carolina. She just kept delivering upon those moments, and she let you stay on the journey with her for so long that you got more invested and got to know her and whatever.
Don't let that point go by, y'all, because that is huge. And I can't call it a regret, but I will say one of the things that if I could go back with an eraser in even my own career was to do it at the highest level longer. And everyone's going to say that, but some people did that. My thing is, when I finally got my chance to start, my first 3 years, I wasn't a starter. I was behind Phil Hansen and Bruce Smith. You ever heard of them? Yeah. So I'm behind these guys for 3 years. It's okay. I know they better than me. Ain't even a conversation. My third year was the first time I started feeling a little tingle. Second year introduced it to my head. Like, yo, I'm making some plays out here. Leon Searcy said, dog, you good. And I'm a second-year player. I'm feeling good about myself. But I ain't start level. I watch film with these guys. Phil Hansen killing it. Bruce Smith is Bruce Smith. Shut up. But I'm in the rotation. Third year, I'm in the rotation, but I'm like, I could get a little more reps than this because I'm doing a lot now. Fourth year, they let Bruce go. It's just Phil and I. Let's go. Here's the thing. I wasn't hurt in major ways in those first 3 years. I'm not a starter either. I'm not taking the wear and tear. But then when I became a starter and the injuries started to come, which in and out the lineup, I'm missing games here and there. And that just doesn't let people go on the journey with you. They get in the car with you. All right, let's go. Where we going? Hey, can you get out for a second? I got to go fix this flat. What? And then you're like, all right, get back in, dog. Let's go. What's wrong? I gotta go get some gas. Dog! Come on, man, we good. I'm hungry. I gotta go pee too. That was my journey. Unfortunately, I only had my first 2 years, I had 3 surgeries in the first 2 years. So you can't bring people along on your journey. Good luck to being great. Good luck to greatness. That was an amazing point.
And so I always say, beyond anything else, the two key ingredients to Caitlin's rise are that the logo bombs and then how incredible she was on 2 extended March Madness journeys where she allowed people to go on a ride with her and be, you know, entranced by what she was able to do and then get to watch it again and again and again and deliver upon the expectations of what they were telling their friends they were going to get to go see.
And not play in 8 months due to injury and then rejoin USA Basketball with the best, you know, some of the other best players in the world and win the MVP. Maybe she's good. I mean, it could be.
Could be.
Yeah, shout out to Robert Lundberg. Known him forever. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, let me say this. Because I still think it's a thankless job to be Caitlin Clark. And I just can't wrap my head around it, why they won't give her the love that she deserves, because people don't understand how dominant she really was in those tourneys. Peep this. Look at this. Look at this. 40 points. They talking crazy on there. 5 rebounds and 5 assists in the game. An NCAA tournament. Don't say his. We talking about the lady. Show history. His story. Her story. Her story. Okay? Madison Booker just did it. You go, girl. Candace Wiggins did it. Cindy Brown did it. Right when NWA came out. And Caitlin Clark did it not once. Not twice. but 3 times a lady. And I know y'all gotta give her love too. So she did it 3 times when it mattered most. Tourney time, March Madness, 3. Now, there's been a lot of amazing WNBA players, a lot of amazing college players. Where all them names at? You get what I'm saying? So the Caitlin Clark effect is real, but in this world, it can't just be all good. You got to have a villain, right? Every hero needs a villain. You got to play something off each other. How does the battery work? The positive and the negative. So Caitlin Clark needed a moment to really have the Caitlin Clark effect. To me, in the WNBA, other than all that cat fighting and knocking her down, that's Kurt Rambis been doing that. Bill Laimbeer been doing it. Everybody been through that before, right? Dennis Rodman, like, stop it. That ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna make you get over the hump. But this will.
I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years.
Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this? Yeah, y'all remember. Y'all know how she be moonlighting, right? She played WNBA, but also runs Unrivaled, but then represents the WNBA. Y'all remember this? Yeah, talking out of both sides of her mouth. I ain't mad at her.
Response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them.
Blah, blah, blah. Now we got it. Okay. So the unjust WNBA, the platform and Kathy Engelberg, and everybody going at it. It's like, you owe these ladies. Remember that? Pay us what we deserve. All them T-shirts that they got that are now in Africa somewhere. You know, they give them all them T-shirts to them African kids when they done with them. That's what happened. This is the narrative. Forget the game. Forget the game. This is the narrative. Because Caitlin Clark didn't even play last year. Not for real. Not for long. But they used it to get to where they needed to go. And where do they need to go? To where they can have this. Caitlin Clark can see her WNBA salary jump from $78,000, goodness, to Kai Cenat makes that per stream, I think, to $530,000 from the new WNBA CBA. Then she could sign a Supermax deal worth $1.7 in 2028. I want y'all to look at that. And as amazing as that sounds, let's be real. She made more in college. As amazing as that sounds, she makes more off the court. Now, that's not the end of the world, because a lot of the NBA players, remember, we got to live in our lizard brain. The NBA players, some of them guys, a lot of those guys make more off the court, because off the court is silly. You know what I mean? Like, you got guys like James Harden, like, man, I ain't even touching my NBA money. Why? You know how much I make from Adidas? You know how much I make off the court? Cats be selling their shoes in Japan. You know what I mean? It's crazy out there. So, no, Klay Thompson got shoes in Japan. You're like, oh, Klay Thompson just, no. Check the checks. So, we got to talk through this deal. We got to talk through this opportunity, because what comes from it is, where are they and where are they going? Caitlin Clark effect, all rounded up. Right here is the summary. Caitlin Clark hits the scene in college. And remember, in the NFL, they taught us, because I was a player rep, there are 2 times you get paid the most. Off of your production, which is obvious, right? Like, you did it, so here's your money. You're a baller, you're a beast, you're Josh Allen, you're Lamar Jackson, whoever it may be, Patrick Mahomes. Here's your money, you deserve it. Look at your production. And the other time, do y'all know this? This is trivia. Production, and it begins with a P, is called potential. Why do all these leagues pour so much attention into a rookie? Think about it. You got 1,800 dudes who already been here, already at the party, already know how to dance to some degree, already been through the process. You got 1,800 here, but you rather give a lot of this attention to those 250 coming in. What? What are you talking about? You rather have imagine this is a club NFL. Roger Goodell DJing. He over there playing that special ed. Ding, 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 ding. And then the club is packed. Players don't know how to act. You the Mac. VIP is in the back. And it's 1,800 of them, and they popping bottle, they out there winning. Shh, they names going up in the lights, the signage. Oh my God, it's so cute. Cheerleaders, happy, everybody living life. And then, somehow, some way, the music gets lower. What? The lights start coming on. What? Bottle service start going outside. Why? They trying to get the people in and showing them more love than you at your section. Imagine this. You in your section. You already on spit 10K. You already in the zone. And then somebody come up to you, the waitress come up to you. Excuse me. No, this is how she goes. Excuse me. My manager says that this table's already been reserved. What? This is how it happens for real. This table has already been reserved. For who? Cam Ward. What? Who? What? Caitlin Clark. So you usher them in. They get in there. They taking over because they give attention. They give the machinery. They give the propping up to the potential. What Caitlin Clark was able to do is capitalize on that potential, not only in college, but when she first hit the WNBA. And that's how they got paid. They didn't get paid because they start feeling really bad after 28 years, after them starting really fast and having high ratings in the beginning and then catering. They cratering. They ain't give them a big bump for that. They gave them a big bump because they found lightning in a bottle. Somebody who can do what the men do, highest level can do. And when you watch, she will deliver. There it is. Nobody else could do that. Be real. Be real. Who's second? Angel Reese? You can't even say Aja Wilson because she's been in the league. As much as she's better than all of these women, we've been there, done that. We've seen that. You ever hear a song? That's like how at the Grammys, the best album don't always win. You be like, dog, this is the best album. This is the best songs. It's the best. It's Aja Wilson. And then guess what happens? Somebody else win with a one-hit wonder or whatever it may be, lesser album. You can't put it on Wilson. You can't put it on her. She been here. Ain't no bumps. No rating surges because of her. Angel Reese, I wish you could. She's certainly killing it off the court. And she plays well. She's good on the court now. She hustled her way into getting it. She me-bounded all the way up to it. But the point is, not even her. Not even her. She was a part of the positive and negative of the battery that got it going in the NCAA tournament. She was part of that. They wrote her into it. We needed a villain. Okay, you can be it. But that ain't her. Because what does she do that takes us to the highest level in thought? What does our lizard brain say about Angel Reese? Be real. You already know. You already know. So that's how the game goes. And that's where they are right now. Now, where will they take it? I don't see it. This is better than ever. This is amazing compared to what it was. But people can do that to you. A D is so much better than an F, but it's still a D. And people, this is not the best time to say, hey, this ain't it. To be under 20%, this is not the best time. This is not the best time to say your best player in the world is going to make 1.7. This is not the time to say it. But this is the time to think it. Damn, that's all? Like they literally are signing Sprint and Nextel deals. These girls are going to the store and staying there for an hour autograph session and going to get way more off the court. So the incentive shape behavior. So maybe you've taken off, I'm not going to Russia in the offseason anymore because I got enough money from in the WNBA. But then all the off the court stuff is still, it's way too shiny compared to. Okay, you got to keep the main thing, and the main thing ain't paying like the main thing should. So then the side piece gets a little more love if you get where I'm coming from. So beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Caitlin Clark effect. I think it's her. I don't even question it. If they were to lower the rim, fanatics, y'all do this. Y'all into these exhibitions. Have one WNBA or Unrivaled do it. One WNBA game with the rim at 9 feet, maybe 9.5, but I say 9 feet. One game, tickets on sale. You wouldn't be able to keep those tickets. You thought Kanye West sold out. This selling out. Then whoever can do it to make our lizard brain say, I've seen that before. Oh, that's like, oh, did she windmill? It's rap. Now, I know we're going to get into conversation. They ain't as athletic. They don't do it the same. Dog, let's start somewhere. Just like this WNBA deal, let's start somewhere. So beat up in the comments. Let me get some love. Let's see who our top fans are right now. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you become a member. Who's in third place right now? Let's go top five. Top five. Randy Marsh is in 5th place. My dog, 6666. At 12_3S. Good Lord, you're in 4th place. Get your game up. You ain't at the medal stand. Stay up in the stands with your mama and daddy. Eat your sandwich. You ain't coming down here and getting the medal. But you know who is? Fry Bryce is 3rd. Mars Madness is 2nd. And my man Sal Perez, he is number 1. Like this video, subscribe to it. Okay, let's do a little recap before we get into some more of these topics, which is the NBA MVP and Dana White got to defend himself. Roy Jones coming at Zoo for boxing. Jordan and LeBron shouldn't be compared, and a legend says that. And we're going to do the best and worst in sports analysts. But first, let's recap this right here. Perk, giving some flowers out. Kenya Martin, we know you went through it last week. Let's talk through it.
And if anybody know Kenyon Martin, he has come a long way for being able to speak, talk in front of a camera, and now he's doing podcasts, and he's articulating things. He's speaking his mind, and nobody would ever known that he actually had a speech impediment. Kenyon really wasn't disrespectful, though. The way that he sunned him wasn't really disrespectful. It was embarrassing, but it wasn't disrespectful. Not one motherfucker in the world could tell Kenya, K-Mart, should I say, how to address that man. Because when he started off, he said it, and I could feel his pain. He said, from day one, since I've been on this show, I drew a line in the sand when it comes to this particular situation and how sensitive it is to me. And at a time that a motherfucker was sitting up here giving Kenyon Martin his flowers, you sitting up here and you criticizing and you go and stab this man dead in the back.
K. We know there's a lot of misinformation out there in the media, and we know because of the lack of homework, or you can't be everywhere all the time, that it can spread around the world faster than the truth, right? A lie, misinformation, whatever you want to call it, can spread around way faster than the truth. I mean, it's the tortoise and the hare. If you do things the right way, unfortunately, it usually doesn't happen as fast. It just doesn't go that way. But if you show the faith, and I think that's what a lot of religion is about. It's about doing things the right way. What's the right way? Well, here are some of the prescriptions for what the right way is. Take the medicine. You do this the right way. This is the slow cooker. This the oven. This grandma. This ain't no damn microwave. This ain't uncle. This ain't no damn air fryer. Even though I love them. This gonna take some slow cooking. This baked potato gonna take an hour. Or you can go over there and do it in 10 minutes and it still tastes the same. Okay, but the point is, it's the slow way. If you do things the right way, take your time. It's gonna come, but take your time. This wasn't handled the right way. This wasn't. The timeline shows it wasn't. Kenyon Martin was reacting to pain that he had, that he harbored, that we understand why, but this man in the red, that ain't for him. That ain't his pain. That's your pain. Okay. I'm clowning on your pain way before I even know you. Okay. Then I know you and I actually apologize about it. You know nothing of it. Okay. And then you finally get wind of it, or it all comes together, or you have your epiphany, and then you say, okay, let me address this. And I'm you know how it goes. Hurt people. So, oh, you try to come at me? I'm going to come at you in public. You trying to apologize in private, but you did this clowning in public? We're going to have this live TV in public. I'm with you, Kenya. Certainly with you. But this still wasn't handled properly. One, Suge, red shirt producer, come on, dog. You apologize, and some say he apologized thoroughly, but it just doesn't seem like he did. It seemed like he apologized. Kenya brushed him off, and he said, okay, well, that was easy. You ever been there? Like, I'm about to go there, and they be like, what? They ain't even tripping, or they ain't even listening, or they're not into it, and you're like, all right, well. Everybody takes that easy off ramp. And Kenyon, in this moment, woo, your pain came out in a different way. Your pain came out so controlled, which is really a compliment to you. But it came out so controlled, but so precise. The precision of how you wanted to just take him apart, limb by limb, undress him right in front of us, take off the Tiger Woods shirt. Oh, that was gangster. Oh, that was surgical.
The man right here got a knife all the way cuffed around.
Yeah, straight up. You hugging him and just easing the knife in his bag.
So once I saw the IG live, it hit home for me, and I'm like, oh, no, I get it now. If you want to continue to speak on this shit for a whole nother 6 months to a year, speak on it.
Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I hear you. I think the fascinating part about all of that is the integration, the intersection of what I'm dealing with and what you need to respect and what I need to protect, okay? Because all of us got some issue. Growing up for me, I guess if you had to say, what did I get teased about the most growing up? If I had to just list it, it was my skin tone. It was like, I grew up in the days of African booty scratcher. You remember those days? Anybody that old? They used to call me African booty scratcher. And I swear it never made me feel bad, but I just heard it so many times. And it's funny, when people say stuff and you're supposed to feel bad, but you're like, I don't, and they just keep going. It's almost like they waiting for you to drown in it. And I'm like, dog, this water is knee deep. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not drowning in this. You know what I mean? I just kept hearing that. But what did hurt me was girls used to like light-skinned dudes and say it. And I used to be like, why she like him? Then I look at him and I'm like, a little curly head, or, he dressed fresher. And I used to always see something else. I was like, it ain't just because he light skinned. Like, I think you 9 years old, you probably dumb. You don't get it. I'm like, why she like, oh yeah, he wake up 10 minutes earlier than me and look what he got on, fresh. I ain't got none of that on. I come to school early to run track on the concrete, 4 lanes. That's what I did every day. I would be there early. Soon as somebody show up, I bet you won't be Wiley. I bet you won't be Marcellus. And I don't care what grade they were in. That was my mornings. So I wasn't there looking fresh. So a lot of times it was that cool crowd that I wasn't part of. But they try to make me feel bad for my skin tone. And then mysteriously, Wesley Snipes, Michael Jordan, Big Daddy Kane, all came out of nowhere that late 80s, mid-late 80s. And next thing I know, them same girls who are growing up now, getting fatter, getting cuter, they start doing this to me. First of all, I wasn't African booty scratcher no more. I didn't hear that much. Then second of all, they were like, you know why? Because their mamas was all in love with Michael Jordan and Big Daddy Kane. Oh my God, smooth operator. Next thing you know, their daughter's hearing that. Why mama like that dude? Oh, he's so tall, dark, and handsome. I'm like, Billy D. Williams was that in the 70s, but I wasn't that color. I'm darker. So then all of a sudden, tall, dark, and handsome hit. Michael Jordan hit. Big Daddy Kane hit. Wesley Snipes hit. Next thing you know, I'm a hit. I ain't did nothing different. I'm still showing up to school early. It's sweaty and nasty and musty. And I ain't trying to dress fresh, but I got love. But the thing I can't do is look at every single person and got this like skin tone like issue. You know what I mean? And people do have that. Oh, I know adults that are in their childhood still. Who doesn't know that person? Like, will you let it go? So in love, part of me is like, Kenyon, let it go. Like the way to show true strength over something that used to cripple you is to be strong when it's trying to cripple you. It's like, man, I'm so over that. I'm over that issue. Like my hip. I don't limp anymore because I'm over that issue. I had the surgery. It hurt. I had the surgery. I rehabbed it. Now you ain't gonna see those effects. So that I think it's fascinating how that all went down and how they played that out in theater for the world to see. This is why I love when people think I love beef because I like drama. No, I love beef because it's a necessary part of being positive. Like, adversity is a necessary part of success. Negative confrontations, conflicts, adversity, whatever you want to call it, calling somebody out is a part of you rounding out to be a better person. Simple as that, because you got to overcome those things. So I like to highlight them and show, like, this is the way we can get through this. You know what I mean? I don't want to see the beef, but I want to see the necessary step to getting to where everybody's good. So yeah, let's have some cathartic moments together. That's what we're gonna do on this show, at least. On them other shows, they can just talk about hello and welcome to another grand day at Lambeau Field. I'm gonna be like, man, you know the grass at Lambeau is nasty. Yeah. I'm getting old. Boy, you know you're getting old when you laugh and you cough, boy. You know you're getting old, boy. All right, let's talk about this, because we got to recap what happened last week with the Baltimore situation, because some people, it's a bad look.
I bet you the Ravens wish that Max Crosby didn't have his own podcast. Like
They
you were kind of
thought
saying.
about that.
This is a bad look for Baltimore. At least if Max's side of the story is real and true, and we have no reason to think it's not, it's a bad look for Baltimore. I'll kind of flip it forward. I think, one, because there's probably a lot of question marks still of like, okay, what is his knee actually like?
Yeah.
I hate when people lie, because when we lie, we never know the truth. That's not profound. That's not even a Wileyism. It's just like, think about it. Even when someone lies and then they come clean, you still don't know the truth. Because even if everything factually actually is correct, what they're saying, after they revisit it. All right, let me tell you the real. You still don't know the whole truth. You want to know why? Why did you lie? Well, I lied because I was this and this and that. But then why you tell the truth? Oh, because I wanted you to do that. And you see how you always going to be like, you never are comfortable. Max Crosby forever going to be like, why they play me like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, it'd be a random Wednesday in October. He'd be like, why they fly me out there for? And they could come clean. They're not. But even if they did, you still be like, why they do that?
Well, no, I would imagine, because if the Raiders decide to hold them.
They're saying it's all on track. That's coming from the surgeon that we know is very credible.
Right. And so I would imagine if the Raiders are going to continue to hold on to Max Crosby and not move him, that they've got to be confident that he's going to get healthy and get back to the type of player he was. Or if they're going to be overly aggressive in moving him, maybe they have their own doubts. So I think we'll have a little bit of an understanding as this goes. I think the second part is, how does this non-trade impact their timeline in Las Vegas? Because they are without 2 first-round picks that they were thinking they were going to have. And so after all that free agency spending, it was kind of like, could they get competitive in the next year or so? Now without those 2 picks, how do they pivot, at least from what their plan was in the now and maybe in the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, it's a mess out there. Blah, blah, blah. Also, the Raiders in the news for first right of refusal in sales and ownership. Mike Melman and partners trying to get a piece of the Raiders. A lot happening in Las Vegas right now. Las Vegas is weird. People keep reporting how Vegas is down, and I'm sure it is. Gambling, alcohol, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. This generation ain't about that. This generation ain't drinking like that. This generation ain't going somewhere to meet a woman. The woman and the men and the women ain't going somewhere to meet a man. Meet the man. They outing you. They DMing you, and they looking at Game. Remember the rapper Game, and they like, yo, he writing this to every girl. Like, this generation. Remember, we always said our generation, we worked harder. This generation is working smarter. And let's just be real. As much as I love to hydrate, the name of this show is Hydration Situation, and that doesn't mean alcohol. It just means, hey, I need to fortify myself. But you mean I gotta go where? And the highlight is to get drunk? Like, you mean when I take my limo or my Uber back to the resort, as soon as I land from the airport, the first thing they want to say is, you want to stop at the store? No, I don't need to stop at the store. For what? This generation ain't doing all that. So Vegas is taking a hit. And I think the Vegas Raiders understand that as well. It's crazy. Oh, beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. We had a crazy weekend. Woo, did we have a crazy weekend? We're going to keep talking through that as Tom Brady, since you was doing some football, can you talk to us about your ownership in football?
My career to be around amazing people and mentors like Robert Kraft, as an owner of a team, and now getting to work with Mark Davis in the role that I'm at, and to see kind of a different team shape the way that things are done and how we're evolving and growing. And, you know, we certainly have a long ways to go. And, you know, it's what I learned about football in 23 seasons is it's a tremendous amount of resilience, adversity, discipline, determination, communication.
Damn, he reading the whole weight room in high school. Remember that? You used to walk in there, dedication, desire, discipline, communication, effort.
Of an entire organization to see really the value in committing to one another. So, you know, it's always, I think, process over outcomes, and I think we're all trying, and all of us in our own role that we have, and the role that we have, and whether it's an ownership role or a personnel department or strength and conditioning and athletic training, and obviously players and positions and offense, defense, everyone's got to come together, and everyone has to work incredibly hard for the people next to them.
What the hell that got to do with Max Crosby? Let me stop. Who's this guy? I know him, and I'm going to feel horrible when I hear the answer. Beat it up in the comments. I seen that. I know who that is, but he's a football player, right? And you know the football players have helmets on. Yeah, he didn't answer that because he's a high-level executive. But the point is, Vegas, let's get back to that Vegas thing because this is interesting. Being real, if you think about the things Vegas used to be attractive for was to go somewhere and like turn into a young adult again, like alcohol, girls, clubs, gambling, right? Not in that order, but that's kind of my order because I don't gamble. So those things. You can gamble anywhere on your phone. They ain't drinking. You can get a girl anywhere, like go on a date on your phone, apps. And what was the other one? Drugs. Gambling, girls, alcohol, and clubs. Okay. Clubs? Pfft. Ain't nobody trying to go to no club. Even the kids kind of be like, man, all we doing is being on Instagram in front of everybody and spending $10,000. That ain't it. Yeah, Vegas going to have to rewrite that economic model because it's just different. Now, no lie, when I go to Vegas now, it's for dinner, shows, golf, and I could golf right here. I can go to dinner right here. Them shows is a little tough. I'll give you that. The shows are pretty fresh out there. But, ooh, I think more than anything, Vegas done caught up with Vegas. It's like, we gotta sell something else. The devil can't sell that no more. God, like I told y'all, the tortoise versus the hare. Oh, man. Well, it's tournament time right now. Let's give it a little tournament love. You know, we're going to give it tournament love the way we do it on this show, which means we ain't about to go into no brackets and talk about the X's and O's. People always say, Marcellus, why you don't talk about sports? I was like, dog, sports is a means to an end. People forget this. Let me give you some philosophical ways to look at sports. I wasn't a football player. I played football. I ain't wrapping my identity around no ball, especially when it doesn't even bounce right. It's an oblong ball. That ball don't even bounce straight. It don't bounce correctly. People silly. I don't care about sports as much as I care about people. I don't care about players as much as I care about people. So when people want to talk sports, there are channels for it. They will take you into a deep dive into that third and goal. And I love it too. At the same time, I certainly rather hear, damn, what was he going through? What made him so good? Why is he such a great player? Why in this moment I got more confidence in him than him? Ooh, why he devastate him like that? Why he respond like that? Why he celebrate like that? What's he going home to? What really drives him? Like, I like that. I'm a sociologist. Shut up. Oh, but don't tell Coach Davis to shut up.
Got a little bit tired there?
I did not. I didn't.
Hubert, why did you go to just a six-man rotation in the second half?
Because that was my decision.
Coach, what did you...
Okay, that's how you... That ain't how you get fired, but that's how they explain you being fired. Whenever that happens, if that happens, that. Because they're like, oh. I mean, it's almost like because I wanted to. Like, you know, because I said so, as your parents would say. That just makes me think either you don't really have a great explanation or why are you going to take me to the primal place of, duh, it's your decision. But I'm asking you to expose me to your thought process. You know what this is. Like, it's no fun if we don't play the game the right way. The simplest of things are no fun if you don't do it the right way. One of the things that irks me about my son is when we play, you know, catch, he always gets into some weird stuff real fast because he's young, right? So you play catch with your boy, you throw the ball, he throw it back. Next thing you know, y'all trying to act like Elway and Marino, right? Y'all having fun with it. You play with a kid, he gonna turn it into some dribbling through his legs. He gonna do alley-oops. You're like, dog, just throw the ball back. He dropping some of them on purpose. Like, can you just throw the ball? So you gotta play the game. If you don't play the game, I'm gonna play you.
Generally, what do you think went wrong?
What do you mean?
Hubert, the free throws again, as you mentioned, a little bit of an issue tonight. Why do you think that was such an issue for your team throughout the season?
That's a great question. I mean, we work on them, and
got a little bit.
Boy. Some things I shouldn't say because if I say it, y'all ain't gonna like it. And if I say it, y'all ain't gonna feel me. If I say it, y'all gonna be mad at me. Have y'all seen Cam Boozer play? They say he's the next Jokic. Just want to get that out there. I was gonna show y'all a clip on that, but it's easier to just say that. Let's get into the NBA MVP. That's what I want to talk about. And y'all right now, beat up in the comments. Tell me who you guys got at NBA MVP as you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and become a member. Top 5 right now. Ooh, we got a new top 5. JT Chulo, number 5. Adrian Robles is 4. Look, I'm going to try to sound Spanish. Robles. Fry Bryce is 3. Mars Madness, okay. Where you come from, number 2? And Sal Perez like, nah. I'm going to comment more than all y'all. Get your comments up so we can get it. And make sure you like this video. Let's get it going. Crack it like a mac from the jacket to the back end. Let's get into this. What's this? This is what they say right now. This is it. So Jalen Brunson, you ain't going to win. 100,000, god dang. Kawhi right there too. You know, if they started faster, Kawhi would be higher, but nope. Anthony Edwards, in the mix, but not really. Donovan Mitchell, same. Tremendous seasons right here. Jaylen Brown is the first one I'm thinking, ooh, maybe, but nah. They got Jokic 4,000 ahead of him. They just fatigued to give it to him. And plus, it's hard to just keep redefining excellence. So his numbers going to be sick all the time. But then it's like, all right, where are they? They're the 2 seed, they're the 3 seed. How are they doing? Are they going to really win it this year? Like, they start bringing in other factors and moving the goalposts on you because you won before. We know how they treat you. It's crazy, and we allow it. So whatever. Victor Wembanyama, 3,000, a little higher because he's balling. At the same time, injuries and then coming off the bench. I knew once he came off the bench, I was like, once that becomes a headline, you ain't about to. The MVP off the bench? Oh, how dare you? Come on, Bob. How you vote for that? You know what I mean? So that ain't it. So now we down to these two. Luka, and SGA. 1,400 and minus 1,200. One thing I learned about Vegas is when they say minus, that means you're supposed to, right? So, okay. So now, what do you think? You think it's going to be Luka? I got something on my screen I hate when that happens. Something pop on your screen, you're like, where the X button? Ain't one? Damn it. What do you think, Luka? What do you think, Luka? Or you think it's SGA? I mean, it's SGA's to lose, but boy, is Luka trying his damnedest to win it, right? Like, he is seriously not playing no games right now. So look at the last, all right, this is kind of some of the breakdowns we're starting to see. Look at the last 9 games. This is crazy. This shit crazy. Ain't it, Jay? What she order? Fish fillet? Girls are cold. This old thing? 40 points, 8 and 7. 29, 4 and 7. Is it too late? First of all, he looking good. He in shape now. He ain't do what I did last night, had some Cheez-Its right before I went to bed. Why? I grabbed a bag of Cheez-Its, walked downstairs, knowing that at that time, when it's a late night snack or going to bed snack, fat boy like me needs to have yogurt. That's it. Yogurt should be my go-to. And it's so good, except I don't go to it. I just be like, no. But he looks good. He's in shape now. Good for you. Here's the thing. I think all things considered, all things respected, because the Lakers going to add a little bump to them. Sorry, OKC. But if we can if we can give an award to a Laker, we will take it every time. It's SGA's. There's no way SGA should lose this award because of the hot streak of Luka, because his wife and him getting divorced and she got the babies over there. But she's suing in California. And she live over there. The hell? So I think Luka can't win, shouldn't win. But look, it's other people out here, smart people out here who think different. So, you know me, I like perspective. Let's listen to them.
We already knew the Thunder was going to be the 1 seed in the West this year. It's a given.
We already knew that.
It's a known
but
fact.
how? We got to play the game.
They won a chip last year, and they was returning everybody of prominence, including the Carusos, including the Wallaces, including the Isaiah Joes, plus the starting lineup.
Okay, including those people. Hey, where Care Bear at? Let me stop. Expectations does matter in this, right? Same with the expectation that if you're a Laker, you're going to get a little bit of bump. Same with the expectation OKC's a better team than the Lakers. So if you're doing well on a better team, you're supposed to do well. See how they trip it? See how they twist it? It's kind of crazy, but that's how it goes.
We knew what the Thunder was going to do this year. They didn't lose anybody of significance, right? J-Dub obviously has been hurt, especially down the stretch. But what we didn't know was how good the Lakers was going to be. What we didn't know was what Marcus Smart was going to do entering in the starting lineup. What we didn't know was if Luka Doncic could turn DeAndre Ayton into what many foresee as a bust into a formidable big. What we didn't know is how players were going to be when Rui's now going from the starting lineup to coming off of the bench. What we didn't know is how the West was going to be able to favor the Los Angeles Lakers, given that Kevin Durant is now in the West, joining a Houston Rockets team was already the 2 seed last year.
He sound like JJ Fast. We didn't know. Yeah, that's it. He kicking it, though. He killing it.
What we didn't know. So given the fact that Luka Doncic has helped keep the Lakers as a number 3 seed and kept the Lakers winning games like the game winner versus the Denver Nuggets, then
I got someone.
Nuggets were vying for the 3 seed. You beat the Rockets back-to-back while the Rockets are vying for the 3 seed. To me, that is more significant and more substantial than the Thunder maintaining status quo. The Thunder are good last year. They're good this year. We knew they were going to be good this year. We did not know just how good the Lakers were going to be this year, and why are the Lakers winning the games they're winning.
See, that's what they did to Jokic. That's how we got Jokic fatigue, and it's sad. It is so sad. We teach these itty-bitties to go out there and do it the right way, and when they do it the right way, we say keep going doing it the right way, and then when they keep doing it the right way, we all of a sudden get a little bored and like, all right, who else is doing it? Who else can I go fix? Like, human beings are fixer-uppers. Like, we always looking for somebody to go help. That's cool, but some people don't need no help and they need to get the praise. There are more nonprofits out there for the underserved, underprivileged. I know because I got one. But the thing is, I wrote this in my mission statement as well. Underserved doesn't mean broke. You could be rich as hell and underserved. Want to know why? I coach too many kids that they mama ain't bringing them to practice. Their daddy ain't bringing them into practice. It's the nanny. Where your mama at? Thailand. Where your daddy at? Colombia. I'm like, really? Like, kids don't show up late to practice. Parents do. Like, you could be underserved. You ain't getting what you need. And it could be mama and daddy fault. And they could be there. And they could be affluent. So, but we always trying to fix somebody up. And then we always just look the other way when somebody's just consistently excellent. That's why I'm a little nervous with our team. I'm not really nervous. I just know that's the only thing that can hijack them. They're damn good. They were the best last year. They're even better this year. But then you could sometimes, even the individual does it. They get bored with success. Like, oh, here we go. Like, you know, like when you win your first tournament, you're like, yeah, oh my God, we won that. You win your 100th tournament, you're like, where do we go for the pictures and the T-shirt? I want to go outside on my iPad. You're like, what? Don't think it's routine, man. A lot of people want your slot. A lot of people want your position.
Because of Luka Doncic. Y'all saw what Austin Reeves did versus the Rockets. Nothing.
Yeah.
15 points, I believe. 14 points. Nothing.
Right.
Y'all saw what LeBron James did versus the Magic. Nothing. Now, shout out to LeBron James versus the Heat. Shout out to him versus the Rockets in the last game. But versus the Magic, nothing. Yeah. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic getting crazy busy game after game after game. I'm so crazy, I'm like, eventually Luka finna struggle. Eventually, Luka is not going to have another 40-point performance. Yet time after time, he continues to trade. So for me, that's why it's got to be Luka.
But that's not fair, blah, blah, blah. Because I know it sounds soft. That's not fair. But here's the thing. When's the MVP start? When you start voting and when you stop voting. You start voting and when? October. Okay. When you stop voting, end of the regular season. Luka's last 9. Look, he been balling. Let's not get it twisted, but MVP level, nah. It's recent. LeBron taking that role, third option. Luka getting into that custody battle. Luka like, I'm going to play better now without my babies, my girls. And he playing. But this old late surge, we always give extra gravy to the late surge. Like, no, SGA been doing it. Luka, what you think? You motivated? You fighting? You had a good game? You also got a technical foul. What happened?
Luka, I know you've been really focused on not picking up that 16 technical. You got called for tonight for talking to Goga. Just what happened there, and are you hopeful in some ways that you'll be able to play on Monday?
I'm definitely hoping. Obviously, I let my team down. Getting that last stat. But honestly, I wasn't trying to. He said a free throw. He will fuck my whole family, and at some point.
Y'all hear that? Dude said, "Fuck your whole family." What?
This is basketball court. At some point, I just can't stand it. I got to stand up for myself. But I know I got to do better. My teammates, I know they have my back, so I let them down today. But I hopefully get resented.
Okay, I got a serious question right here. I got a question. It's serious. It's cancer. Who could keep the average dancer hype? Luka said I stood up for myself. Now, he talks trash all the time, and I love that. But in this moment, when you get a technical foul, and obviously you got an issue because I think he had like 15. Like, he had the max. He had the Draymond Green. He had that level because he always crying to the refs. Am I wrong? Is this a mind game you should play, which is he's saying funk your family and all that stuff, and you're like, oh, like not turn the other cheek, but actually look at him and be like, but like calmly, like, oh, really? That's what you want to do? Oh, okay. Like, is there a different way to approach this than standing up for mine? How are you standing up for yours? He ain't did nothing. All he said it was something. So why don't you say something that gets back at him that doesn't get you in trouble? I swear I look at people, I'm like, why are you fighting? Why are you arguing? Why are you beefing? Why you got problems? This weekend, I'm going to do a video on it too. Not this part of it, but this weekend I went hosted Aaron Rodgers RX3 flag football tournament that Aaron Rodgers won, so good for him. He was out there darting it again, but they went against Mike Vick in the finals, and they beat him on the last play. Great game. Great stuff. We're going to do a great video on that. NFL football versus flag football. A lot of controversy. A lot of people mad because of the Tom Brady game as well. People, you could get hurt, and then what? Gronk did get hurt, and them flag football people look way better than y'all. All that stuff. But to this story, one of my favorite people in the world, Ryan Clark, was there, right? So Ryan Clark obviously doesn't like me, but obviously if he's been listening, and everyone does actually know this, I don't mind him. I don't dislike him. But I know when somebody doesn't like you, it's a weird dynamic. Anyway, problem is he does a podcast with one of my teammates, Fred Taylor, and Channing Crowder, who I like. So it's just weird because what happened is I walk in and I'm with my son and we walking around. My son ain't supposed to be there because no kid's supposed to be on the field, but I'm trying to flex because I'm hosting. So I'm doing all that kind of playing it off. They finally took them around the other kids, Carson Palmer's kids and all that. So love, Matt Leinart's and all them. Love to the fams. And so Ryan Clark's there. And so I said, what's up, Tangy? Fred Taylor. What's up, baby? Talking to him, talking to who was it? Antonio Pierce, my dog. And then right there was Ryan Clark. I said, hey, what's up, Ryan? Hey, what's up, Ryan? Whatever, man. I don't have the energy to be carving out like oxygen for people and not oxygen for people. Like, it's just weird. I just thought it was weird. So to me, in any moment where it's a little weird, and I only bring these up because I want us to do better because I see too many videos of it going south and going left. And it's crazy because in moments you can make it go left. That's why I don't think it's really like, that's why I don't think people who are tough or gangsters growing up, I never respected them like that. I never gave them esteem because I'm like, anybody could do that. That's the easy stuff to do, to just walk around and punk somebody. For real. Like, if I walk up today, I could walk down the street, shut up. And somebody be like, I'm so sorry. Somebody jogging by be like, hey, fool, what's up? Like, that's easy. What's hard is to say something to somebody, actually mean it, be sincere, smile, make somebody feel better. So in those sticky moments, I wish it was cooler to just be like, oh, really? That's what you're going to do? I guarantee you won't. Have fun playing basketball, talking about you going to do something to my family, you stupid. How do I even give that credence? Why would I even respect that? Man, you know what I'm about to do? You ain't gonna do nothing. That's what you gonna do, nothing. You just gonna tell me you're gonna do something. And anybody can do that, baby. I don't know. I just wish people would stop doing it. And it's really dudes, because I think dudes do it because ain't nobody gonna disrespect me. Dog, if a word, I guess you can't get disrespected by a word, but if some words on a basketball court is your level of disrespect, you about to fall down all day, every day, the rest of your life. Man, ain't nobody gonna come at me like that. It's like you almost want this force field. Don't talk about me. You talk about me, we're gonna have problems. Fool, I talk about you all the time, and you ain't gonna do nothing. And I ain't gonna do nothing. I wish we could just get into the place where we ain't gonna do nothing, so we can have more fun. Like real trash talk is, I ain't gonna do nothing, but I'm about to talk that shit. That's the best. Ain't nothing coming from this except these words and verbs. You understand what I'm talking about? Anyway, love to all you guys out there. Thanks for the super chat too. I see you, DW96734. Love your commentary, Marcellus Wiley. You always keep it real. Man's man. Thank you. Oh, that's love. I got to heart that. That's beautiful. You make me feel good. It feels good. Thank you, brother, for real. You know, more than a few people came up to me this weekend. We must be doing well on this podcast. And said the same thing. They're like, dog, you be just saying it like it is. Like, it's funny because I think we all got this armor on. We have an armor, a shield that we got to protect ourselves and protect our image and show people we ain't no punks. I ain't scared. Nah, how about this? I am scared, but I ain't no punk. Like, yeah, I don't want to get shot. No, I don't want to get swung on. No, I don't want you mad at me. But at the same time, not going to make me act a fool, act different, come at you sideways. But you know what it does? It does influence the kids. It does make the kids act stupid. Because they see an adult act stupid, they say, license to ill. Look at these little two chunks. He talking about you suck, you a bum. I mean, look, I know we all don't want to say this, but who going pro today? Nobody. Who going pro ever? Probably nobody. The numbers say nobody. If you want to go by the numbers, 0.00000. Is he in this gym? Maybe. Is he at this free throw line? Doubt it. If it's you, good for you. But who the hell are you? Oh, I forgot. Some adult told you to do this.
He asked, fam. You suck, fam.
And people who know how I coach, it's not old school, it's respect. Okay? Celebrate all you want, but celebrate with yours. We ain't got to celebrate against them. Look, I ain't checking every single thing I see, too. I'm not that guy. I understand where these kids are. But when I see it done with the malice or it's done with the disrespect, oh, you on the bench. Because you know why? Not because it's a problem in this moment. It's going to be a problem for you going forward. You're going to get a coach who's unreasonable. You're going to get a coach who's going to look at you crazy. You're going to get a coach who's going to have a player that is as good as you who don't do all that BS. And he going to start over you. I'm trying to do you a favor, little man. You think I'm an ass. No, I'm not. I'm trying to save you from yourself. Because you think all these antics work. They work into somebody who balls just like you, who works just like you, doesn't have any antics. Then coach is like, yes, that's the path of least resistance. That's the one I'm going to play. The one I can respect. The one I can rely on. The one that's acting mature.
You soft. You soft. You soft. You soft. Do somebody. You soft. You soft. These little boys now. I raised them.
Oh, man. I always play these games. I think every person looks like an animal, every single person. And I always try to guess if somebody's raised by who or who they look more like. Boy, if that ain't Mama's son right here, he just sounded like Mama's son right there. I don't know. They both could be daddy's son. I don't know. He just gave me some of that auntie behavior. Boy, if you don't leave that boy alone.
You good, Jay? Knock it down. I raised them, fam.
Good awareness at the same time. I don't know if that's lip or not. How old are these kids? If so, put them on the schedule. I want to see these boys. I think we got the point. The influence is real, y'all. Someone always watching. Someone's always watching. So we got to make sure, just hold a little something for the itty bitties. Make sure they can do it right. Blah blah blah. All this complaining, all this yapping. Oh, it's the worst. Shut it. Parents, tell these kids stop playing. Let's get into it. All right, there's a legend who's going to talk about Jordan versus LeBron. Let's just say it goes in a direction you don't expect. Let's go there. And beat it up in the comments. Make sure you like this video right now. Like. Don't listen to me say it. Like it. Subscribe and become a member. We got my man, 5th place, Sal Perez. Damn, that was a mighty fall for you, Sal Perez. 4th, Darian the Jedi Knight. Yes, Mars Madness is in 3rd. You slipped a little, but you're still there. Chris Strawn came in here from nowhere. That's what I'm talking about. Chris must be talking some trash in there. And number 1 is DW96734. Let's go to war. Jordan and LeBron. Can we talk about them? KD?
MJ is just bigger than the game. I mean, no matter who passes him in stats who wins more, or it's going to be hard to win. Yeah. Go 6-0. But even if you were to pass him in anything, just his impact on the sport and just culture in general is just too big. Like you said, he hovers above the sport from what he produced on the court, but also his personality is, like they say, his aura is just too hard to get away from. You know what I'm saying? And that's just from dominance on the floor. Like I've been saying, I said this in a few interviews, he also broke his foot one year, retired for a year. After the second three-peat, still could have, I think he was, 36? 30?
And he came back midway through the year after his retirement.
Yeah, I think he sat out for 3 more years and played again when he was 38. So I think he can say he missed some games too if he'd have been higher too. But like I said, it's bigger than the stats with MJ. And I don't think he has an equal in any industry.
Well, that's what
MJ just
blah blah blah. What I heard from that is that not only was the end of an era when it comes to MJ, because it's the stats, it's what he produced. Like, they ain't just give this throne to anybody. A lot of people were trying to take it. A lot of people were sitting there, sitting next to it, sitting on it. You could go back, Bill Russell. You could go Magic, Bird, Kareem. A lot of people, even, right next to it, Dr. J. You see a lot of people hovering around there. But the thing is, the end of an era means this is the end of the way we see things. I'm going to say it again. When people say the end of an era, it's the way we see things. We don't look at it the same anymore. Okay? A lot of conversation about MJ and LeBron, but here's the thing that just really hit home because my favorite player said it, and I'm really listening like, KD, what? We ain't just talking stats no more, bro. We're not even talking culture in that vagueness, even though we know what it means, but we don't. It's kind of like pornography. You know it when you see it, but what is culture? All thoughts, words, beliefs, actions, shoes, graffiti. We ain't seeing it the same anymore. So LeBron, the chase for you, and I think he knew it. Kobe knew it too. Kobe knew it so much that he was like, all right, I'm going to be him, but I'm going to be even more tenacious. I'm going to be him plus. I'm going to be 2.0 him. ChatGPT 5.2. I'm going to do that, everything he does, but I'm going to do more of it. I'm going to do better at it. And even if you did, it would have fell short, but you didn't. So then, I think LeBron comes around and he was like, oh, snap. First of all, them some hard-ass stats to beat. Some hard stats to beat. But I think I can get the stats if I keep playing, if I keep going. But what I can't get is that impact and that peak. So I think LeBron consciously made a decision to become a better businessman and a better philanthropist than Michael Jordan, because those were some of the things that people didn't see as much from Michael Jordan. You knew he was Nike, you knew he was Jumpman, but at the same time, he wasn't an active billionaire, different era. Like, his business wasn't leading him, he was the business. LeBron media agency. Like, think about all these things that LeBron tried to do. When you know this guy got this lane on lock, you're like, all right, what's lane 2 look like? You know what I mean? This track got more than one lane. I can get around here too. Ooh, let me lead with the business and still have the production. Then let me have a production company that helps with the messaging. Then let me be about the community, about the people, and everything that happens, especially to my people. I'm going to be there. That's crazy. KD said it ain't going to work. KD said it didn't work. KD said ain't going to work. Can't work. What's Colin Cowherd and them say?
Other first guy like that. And
well,
so
Michael also, there was no social media. So part of what makes Michael fascinating was that we didn't know about his private life. There weren't the platforms. So you needed his basketball and his fashion. That was your gateway to knowing Michael. His basketball, you didn't know about his marriage. You didn't know about his private life. We get so much of LeBron now, right? Like, I know so much. I know where he lives. And so
these kids don't stand a chance. I heard a conversation about who's as famous as Michael Jackson, and somebody said nobody, and nobody ever will be. You're damn right. Like, all I knew about Michael Jackson was when the album dropped, when he did a video, when he did a performance at a award show, and Neverland. Like, everything. And that was all I needed. That when I went to the sports arena when I was, 12 years old, and I was standing next to these gangsters who were crying, and everybody was crying, man in the mirror. I'm talking about the man in the mirror. And everybody in there doing this. I'm standing next, I'm not lying, dog. I'm at the sports arena. God had to change his way. And these gangster Crips was like, God, man, this motherfucker, man, God, this motherfucker. And and I'm in the higher section, so I'm looking down. People are just, I'm like,
it doesn't feel special. It's like Jack Nicholson always had a theory: make people go to the theater to watch your work. Don't go on Johnny Carson. Don't go on Letterman. Make them go to the theater. I don't know if Michael thought about that, but you had to either buy Michael shoes or go to his game. That's how you saw Michael's greatness. LeBron's everywhere. And so I do think there's a mystery that there's nothing LeBron could have done about that. It's just there's a mystery about Michael and a uniqueness where I can watch the Laker game, go to YouTube, watch the highlights, go to TikTok, watch the extra highlights. Like with Michael,
and watch him go home in his car, and then watch him in the car rapping to Jay-Z. You know what I mean? And then go home, it's Taco Tuesday, and then it's the end of an era.
Think about it. I mean, when Michael first came into the league, you couldn't watch their games. You didn't get. I mean, if he played certain nights, Michael scores 48. Unless SportsCenter gave me like 3 baskets, I couldn't even watch the highlights until the playoffs. So I don't think you can, I just think Michael had, in a strange way, a privacy advantage that made every time you saw him play.
It's special. It was special. Yep. Look, if you give me tacos tonight, if I come home tonight and my wife made tacos, first of all, I'll be like, you made something for me? When is the last time you did that? Real spit. But then, tacos, my favorite. But then if she came home every night making tacos, can't lie. Maybe one of them days I'm like, baby, let's change it up. Or, I'm good. Tacos, I love you, ketchup. I love you, tacos. Not every night. And I think we just getting so much of it, not every time. So that's where the game is. Blah, blah, blah. Well, let me just say this. It looks like LeBron's unfazed by all this. Because, look, they're going on outings. Look at that. Luka. Fresh fit. LeBron, kind of tall, huh? Kind of flooding right there nonstop. Bronny there. JJ Redick there. Where's JJ Redick? Let me see. Is that JJ Redick? No. Is that JJ Redick? No. Where's JJ Redick? I know he there. Maybe he ain't take the picture. Or maybe I just don't know what he looked like for real, in real life. They trying to bond. Lakers trying to win a chip this year. They're going to try and sneak and get a chip. Ooh, that would change legacies. Especially Luka's. Not LeBron like, yeah, that's 5. Oh, damn, Jordan has 6. God dang. I just want to show y'all this real quick. This is LeBron James. He's first in everything. Everything. And even KD's still saying, yeah, you first in everything, but it don't matter. You know why? Because this guy is doing this. Ain't nothing worse than a NASCAR interview. Lady, I know you got on these headphones and you think that you can hear him. We can't hear none of y'all. I just want to show y'all this part. I want to show you this part. Because Jordan is older than me, obviously. You know what I mean? Respect. Watch how he get over this wall. This is all I cared about. I was like, damn. I know I'm old, but if I jump down, I can jump up. I can't jump down. They all giving him his props, and he like, man, I ain't do nothing. This must be security, because he don't give a damn about this celebration. Look at him. He like, hey, chill. Ooh, he look like he could do it, too. He look like he could put some hands on you. Them old hands, them fat finger hands. Look at that. That's crazy. Look what he's doing in this sport. This is his 4th win in 6 tries. I mean, that might be better than the NBA going 6-0. That's great. And this is the owner's suite you coming from? You got to get a better seat. All right, let me see how you land. Okay, yeah, he old too. Anytime you put your feet up there and then you regather, you getting old too. I'm good. That's all I needed to see. Blah. Man, MJ just Midas touch. It's crazy. Everything he touched turns to gold. Gold. All right, beat it up in the comments. Let's get into it. We're going to get into our sports media best and worst. I want y'all to break this down for me. I'm going to let y'all vote. Okay? But first, we got to see who our top 5. Darian the Jedi Knight 5th. Chris Stone 4th. At 12, _3. Mars Madness is 2. He back. And DW96 73-4. You got a weird handle, but you number 1. So, damn. He must got some bots. He's smoking y'all. Ain't nobody catching him, I don't think. Good Lord. This is love. All right, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and become a member. Like the video for sure. Don't do that. This is crazy. 6 tries, he got 4 wins. And more importantly, let's just be real. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. I wasn't watching no NASCAR. Still ain't. But I at least watched to see who won. See, that's how they bring you in. I wasn't watching none of this WNBA. Caitlin Clark there, let me see what she's doing. She had me watching that tournament with different interests. I did watch the women's tournament before. But WNBA games, hell no. Now, Caitlin on the court. So let's get into this right quick. Someone wrote, I don't want to do this. Who is the worst sports analyst right now? I don't like that. Because you got to be real. If you saying who's the worst, why you pick these 4? See how they try to always trick you with this clout? This is not the worst. The worst is somebody we don't know. He the worst. Or she the worst. Whoever it is, they wouldn't be on this 4 box. Okay? So let's stop there. But of these 4, who's your favorite and who's your least favorite? Who's 1, who's 2, who's 3, who's 4? Is it Ryan Clark, who I saw this weekend, who didn't want to speak to me? That's some auntie behavior. But go ahead, big dog. Like I told you, I'm always going to talk to you. Every time I see you, I'm going to give you love, respect, because I actually like your work, but I don't think you think that. All right, we got you. We got Nick Wright. Stephen A. Smith, how you gonna put worse and he the most highest paid and you know he ain't the worst? And then Mina Kimes. Okay, so beat it up in the comments. Let me read what you guys are saying. Let me give you my 2 cents. If I had to rank them from 4 to 1, it will be Mina's 4, right? I like Mina. Here's my summary of Mina Kimes, or more importantly, my scouting report. Let's stick to ball. Scouting report. She's analytical, objective. She's going to lead with the research. She's going to lead with the stats. She's going to lead with the facts. The downside is very little opinion. I think it's because she's a woman. I think it's because she's scared. Just women be scared because she never played football. So I think she's always talking, but I defer to you guys instead of like, man, forget. You're working with dudes who never played football. 1, 2, but she stays in that box. And to me, if you ain't gonna flex it, I can't give it to you. But she's certainly not bad at all. She's a good analyst, but she's 4 on this list. Number 3, this is tough. But this is actually tough. Number 3, analysts, like really breaking it down, Stephen A. Stephen A, because he's so big, he's so entertaining that he doesn't have to lean into like informing you and educating you. And when I listen to his takes, I'm waiting for the pace and the delivery, the cadence to pick up and the energy. I'm waiting for that more than I'm waiting for, what'd he say? What? Rewind that. What do you say? How you say? So I would have to say you're 3. Now, you ain't paid like 3, and you ain't respected like 3, but in terms of like analysts, yeah. This is tough. This is number 2 and number 1. Golly. Ryan Clark's 2. It's if he didn't race bait, he'd be 1. Dog, he breaks it down. Ryan Clark be going. When he ain't on some like topic where he can spin it in black, it's sick. It's insane, actually. And I've always had love for him from day one when I first met him 20 years ago, whatever that was, 10 years ago, when he was an active player still doing it. And he's still like that. It just, I got a bad taste when every time he takes something and it makes it into something that it's not. And we've got countless examples of like, what? So that hurts him. And number 1 would be Nick Wright, because I like his brain. Nick Wright's smart. It's almost like he has I don't know if he has a photographic memory, or he kind of goes there in ways. And then he has a good theater. Like no one has theater like Stephen A. But he has a good theater where he's like trying to make fun of stuff or trying to make light of things or trying to entertain you. But he breaking it down. So tell me if I'm right. I got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Beat it up in the comments. What's that? When I'm on the mic, the suckers run. Word. Yeah, someone said Nick Wright is all hot takes, Mars Madness. Yeah, I don't think that. I don't think he's all hot takes. I think he says stuff and then some of them become hot, and then it just seems like, damn, he always giving hot takes. He gave 1,000 takes today. They took 2 of them that were hot. I don't think, though. RC is always looking for the most controversial angle of anything. Yeah, that's interesting. Not always, but I know what you're saying. For me, it's just a race bait. If he didn't do that, oh, my God, he'd be picture perfect. I paint a perfect picture, but he does. That's part of the problem. Okay, let's have some fun right here. Let's get a little more lighthearted, but at the same time, let's get a little spicier gangster. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Also, become a member. The membership is in the link at the top. This is spicy. I'm going to let them talk because this is my homeboy. Y'all ever heard of LeVar Ball? Let's hear it.
This is what's going to top us over the top.
Okay.
They got white in them.
Y'all do too, though.
No, I don't.
We're not about to have this conversation, man.
Who? What white we got in us?
Okay, this is crazy. So they're trying to talk about like some athletic competition within the family, something like that. And then he's like, oh, y'all got white in y'all. I did a 33andMe? Is that what it's called? I forgot. 23andMe, 33. Kareem. No, it's Jordan. 23andMe. And why did they name that? That's weird. I came back. I was 61% Nigerian. My wife is Nigerian and Dutch. And she's not even 61%. She's not even 50%, I don't think. So I'm 61% Nigerian. Then I'm like some West Indian and all them other stuff, Congo and I know I'm Congo. I knew that first. I was like, I know I got some Congo in me. All that. But then it got to the last part. I'm 9% European, Western European. I'm white. I'm 9% white. Look at this. All them girls that call me African booty scratcher, you dumbasses. I told you that in the 3rd grade. I'm white. 9%. Real spit. That's crazy.
I did a DNA test.
Somebody lied to you.
Nah, man. Look how light we are.
You know why you light? Because
of
Big Yank. Big Yank's mom was light, like you guys.
Exactly.
But she's not white.
But somewhere down the line, there
She's
was a white
Creole.
person.
All brothers is some type of white
That's
person.
what I'm saying.
I'm somewhere.
We all got some white in
But
us.
no, I didn't have none. I got 2 black folks. I got 2 black folks, man.
I promise you, your DNA test, you have some white in you.
I'm telling you, I ain't got no white in me, man.
But what percentage come back that you had it? My shit was 65 white, 35 black.
Damn. Excuse me. Mama got them strong genes. No wonder you bred with her. I see you, LeVar. She over-whited your black ass.
And I was passed down.
Hey,
Because all the white stock came from like Italy and all the black stock came from West Africa.
I don't know nothing about West Africa.
Yeah, I know that.
Never
bro.
been out there. You crazy. See, nigga, I'm 100% black on this side and 50 for your mom.
No, I feel that.
That's
My whole
it.
life, I told people I was 50-50.
Well, you are 50-50.
I mean,
half
yeah.
of her and half of me.
That's fair.
This is what's going on.
Yeah, so that means blah, blah, blah. If we do the math, here's a simple math equation. Mama, I think, what was her name? Tina or something? I forget. Respect, ma'am. She gave you 50. That means your daddy gave you 11% white. No, 50. Oh, you said 65, not 61. That's me. 15%. So LeVar got at least 15% white in him. He got more white in him than me. Now, take a look at us. Yeah, you do. look at you. Look at me and look at you. I got 9%. You got at least 15. Yeah, look at that difference. That's 6% on the spectrum. Blah, blah, blah. As funny as that conversation is, typically, it's dangerous too. Because we never flip it because our PC culture won't allow you to flip it. They always protect the victims, even though sometimes the victims are the villains, but whatever. That's a different conversation. But you can never say this because we always put a list of attributes to being black. And we always put the positive ones because there was a day where the negative ones were leading, right? So now you get away with just talking about the good stuff about being black. Oh, man, I know he could ball. And people be like, yeah, okay. You're like, oh, I know he could dance. And so, oh, okay. So he's musically inclined, or he got rhythm, and oh, he got flavor, he got personality, he got cool, he got, X factor. Y'all want to flip it? Because I always notice that because when it comes to white people, they don't even say anything about the attributes anymore. They just let it be mute. You better, because there was a day where theirs were always positive, right? Isn't it weird how society corrects itself and usually overcorrects? Ain't nobody talking about the bad side of being black. Ain't nobody talking about the good and the bad side of being white. They just let it be. It's weird. I ain't scared to have that conversation, but a lot of people are. So I just let it be like that. Just let them go, let them live. Because if not, we'd be out here fighting. And speaking of fighting, let's get into this UFC issue. They got some big issues. UFC, Zuffa Boxing, Dana White, It's just interesting. Let's talk.
Something to get excited about, which is what you ultimately want in a card.
Just knocked my mic down. Y'all see that? That's ghetto. Damn, whole thing just broke. Okay, hold on. Did I just mute it too? Yeah, I did. All right, let's go.
Viewpoints to talk about. Number one, that they got Nate and Mike is huge. No secret. Nate was a free man. No secret, I could tell you, UFC was interested in bringing Nate back. And to me, what makes this so interesting is that this is the closest that we've ever seen to a boxing MMA card. And let me explain. Right now, as Nikisa Badarian said last week, and others have said as well, Gabe Spitzer of Netflix as well, top guy as far as sports are concerned over there, Netflix isn't in the MMA business just yet. Right now, this is a one-off. They're in the event business, as we've talked about in the past. Kobayashi, Joey Chestnut, World Baseball Classic in Japan only, Women's World Cup, Home Run Derby, Opening Day, MLB. They don't want, 43 events. They don't want a full schedule of, 82 games or anything like that. They want big events. So right now, this was a big event that was brought to them. And if you're Nate Diaz, Mike Perry, Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano, Francis Ngannou, you're signing one-fight deals to be on this card. So if you're Nate Diaz, who was looking at his options and was like, hey, I could go back to the UFC right now, and who knows how that plays out, and it's going to be 4 fights. They don't do one-fight deals. It's going to be 6 fights. It's going to be multi-fights, as opposed to a one-off on the biggest platform in the world, 325+ million subscribers.
I done broke my mic. Oh, well, I kind of like this way. No, I don't. We'll see. This is like On the Rocks. Shout out to On the Rocks, my dogs. Shout out to Blaze and all them boys. Shout out to Richie P and all them boys. Shout out to TG and all them boys. Terry. Shout out to DPG and all them boys. What's up?
Look at what that platform did to Anthony Joshua back in December. And Nate obviously isn't an unknown commodity in America, but it will obviously raise his profile, no doubt about it. This could very well be, and I don't even think it's going out on a limb to say it, the most watched MMA card of all time. Because it's on the biggest platform worldwide of all time.
Hey, that's all your manager and your agent need. Hey, we on the what? We on the biggest? We on the baddest? Oh, snap. You know what money we going to do? And people going to forget, what you were doing. It works. It works.
And so you go on here, you win this fight. Now all of a sudden you could go back to the UFC and say, all right, the number just changed. Now I'm an even hotter commodity. I just came back. People are going crazy over me. Or you could go elsewhere, or you could go back to them if this is a success and you ask for X, Y, and Z. Every one of these guys, when they put together these big boxing events, these are all one-offs. And
the number's about to change, y'all, because the UFC, as we know, and people are leaking or coming out, or the NDAs are expiring. I don't know what the hell. You're starting to hear more and more we need more in the UFC, and Zuffa's getting it. We'll see if it bleeds over to the UFC.
You've never seen that in MMA. If you want to sign with PFL, you've got to sign for X amount of years or X amount of fights. If you want to sign with UFC, you've got to sign for X amount of years or X amount of fights. This is a very attractive opportunity for these guys and gals because it's just, hey, let's make the biggest splash and then all of our stock goes up. You know what I mean? And so to me, this was a no-brainer for Nate.
No-brainer for Nate. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Nate Diaz is now in the no-brainer category. Or is he? Because I got some other ammo over here. You know I do my homework over here. You ain't the only one, Ariel. Is it Ariel or Ariel? Okay, so let's talk about it. I want to hear what Dana White got to say. Forget you. Let's go to the source.
What was your reaction when you found out that he'd signed to the MVP to fight on that card?
Nate signed to fight under the Gina Carano-Ronda fight. Have you had a conversation with him about bringing him back to the UFC before that whole thing happened?
Yeah, he came in and met with me a couple weeks ago. We had a good time, and I think Nate just got an offer he couldn't refuse. I haven't talked to him since then, but yeah, no, I'm happy for him.
Does that now rule out him coming back to the UFC now that he's done that?
Is he coming back?
Is that an issue for him to then come back to the UFC after that?
I don't know. I mean, let him do his thing, and then let's see how the fight plays out, and we'll see what happens.
What was your reaction?
Blah, blah, blah. So here we go. Nate Diaz back in the UFC. See, the thing is, he doesn't know, Dana White doesn't, because he's like, yo, I don't know how much he going to ask for, because right now what he just got probably going to be more than I just offered him, obviously, because he took it. So what y'all talking about? Y'all trying to set me up? I ain't offering this dude all that. Ain't that wild? See how the game goes? See how the game goes? I want y'all to laugh right now. Look how the game goes. So that's how that situation goes. And there's another... Y'all got to see this, and then y'all going to say, what the hell am I watching? Watch this. This is Ronda Rousey shadowboxing. This can't be real, but we're going to have Dana White talk about like why he don't want his fighters fighting and his UFCers fighting and crossing over. I got to turn this down. There ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm letting y'all listen to this. What style is that? I don't know what that is. That is not it, though, whatever you want to say. Okay, so Dana White, please explain what the hell. What the hell? Are you going to let your fighters fight and cross over? You got Zuffa, you got UFC, you going to let them go both sides? You don't let them go both ways.
A lot of the top guys in MMA, Topuria, Sean O'Malley, Alex Pereira, have voiced their interest in having big super fights in boxing. Are you interested in having those guys have one-off super fights? Topuria, Pereira. No. You wouldn't be interested in promoting those fights?
No way in hell. The crossover fights suck. That's not what we do. Surely. I want to see the best fighters in the world fight the best fighters in the world.
Oh, good point. At the same time, boo, boring. But at the same time, you're right. Has there ever been a crossover fight that we actually like? Beat it up in the comments. Let me see what y'all talking about. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking of Thunder Lips and and what was that? Rocky? Has there ever been one? Does it happen? Mm-hmm.
I understand what you're saying, but from a business perspective, if then Pereira tries to get off the belt
there's other networks and other people that do that shit. It's not what I do. I did it once. And it
was amazing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was amazing. It was financially unbelievable. But how many times can you keep fooling people with that? I run a business that every Saturday, basically, I put on fights. We try to put on the best fights with the best fighters in the world. And you hope that the people that got hotel rooms, bought tickets, and spent all this money to come here, and the people who stayed home on a Saturday got what they were hoping for. You hope you deliver. And what I hope to deliver on Saturdays is as many holy shit moments as possible. You don't get that from the crossover fights. And educate me. Right here, I'm drawing a blank. Tell me a crossover fight that you ever saw that you were like, wow, that was...
Anybody? Before he finishes, anybody?
It was fucking unbelievable, and I feel like I just saw the best fight the best.
It just seems like at the moment those are the ones that are generating the most traction online.
Does it?
It seems like it. It seems like all...
I would have to fucking completely disagree with you.
Well, I think he's going to the point where 2 of the biggest 5 fights this century in terms of box office, pay-per-view, call it Netflix, whatever the numbers are Paul's, right? Paul, not Paul's, Paul, right? It was Mayweather and Paul. And the other one, what was the other one? I forget the other one. But 2 of the 5. And then Floyd got another one with Pacquiao, Think about it. Mayweather back out, even though it was late, still. And then Paul, it's crazy. So he's saying, even Dana said, financially it makes sense, but I'm starting to rob my economic model or pay for my economic model by robbing my business model, which is giving you the best fighters in holy shit moments. I feel him.
Yeah, the fights that pull big numbers are the ones that involve Mike Tyson. Other than that, if it's not Tyson, it's just not what I do. So.
I don't know if Dana's informed on that. You got to check the Mayweather ones too.
What I'm into is the best versus the best. What's at stake? What does this fight mean? And where does anybody who's ever been a competitor, I guess you would call it, they take older UFC fighters that don't fight, aren't ranked, or just have big names, built a name here, and then they fight each other for what? For money. It doesn't lead to anything. So if I took my biggest star in the UFC versus a big star in boxing, and they fight each other, and it's a lopsided, horrible fight that means nothing for either of them, what is the point and what's the purpose? It's just not what we do here.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I mean, shoot, who arguing with the results, god dang it? You're Dana White, motherfucker. You ain't got to argue me. Woo, this must have been a great show, because no lie, I have went over. I have never went this far over. My itty bitty's going to be up in 2 seconds. What the hell am I thinking? The hell am I doing? I'm so sorry, y'all. I never do that to y'all. You like, damn, dog, what you doing? A little overtime today? Nah, it's all love for you guys. Have an amazing day. I know I will. Let's get after it. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and become a member, because I see you tomorrow. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think